Hello students, welcome to the first session of Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel comes under the Office package. Microsoft Excel is also known as a spreadsheet. What is spreadsheet? The spreadsheet, the combinations of rows and columns that represent the cells is known as spreadsheet. So let's open the Excel and see how it looks and how it works. So for that you have to click in the start menu and you have to search for the Excel. So here we are going to use Excel 2016, but in your computer there may be different versions of Excel, maybe 2017, 2019 or 2007 or 2010, like that. So all the Excels will be same. You can work in the same way. So let me just open the Excel. We can open the Excel in this way also, or we can open Excel in the another way by going to the run. Just press window R and type here Excel. After that you click OK. So when you do that, Excel window will appear. Like Microsoft Word, in the Excel also there is a templates. Like you can see here, billing statement, blood pressure tracking, expenses report, loan, then sales report, all those things are there. So we won't go in any of the templates, we'll just select the blank workbook. Whenever we open any Excel window, it will be in the workbook. In the Excel, it looks like similar with the Microsoft Word. There is a title bar, book 1 is written in the title bar, and the program is Excel. Below that we can see a menu bar, and below the menu bar there is a ribbon. So according to the menu you select, the ribbon will change. Below that, this is called the name box. It will represent the active cell, the current cell you are in. So here it is in the A1, so that's why it is written here A1. But if I click here, it is in the J column and the row number is 11, so it is displaying in the name box J11, like that. This is a formula bar. Whatever formula you give into particular cell, it will display in the formula bar. This is short form for entering, and this is for cancel. And this is insert a function. You can insert the functions, whatever function you want. You can insert a function in this way. So we'll go discuss about all those things later on. All the columns is represented by the column letter, that is A, B, C, D. You can see here, this is the column header, and the row number represented by the row numbers. Let's see how many columns are there. The columns is up to XFD. You can see here it is up to XFD, and the row number is up to 1,48,576 rows are there in the Excel. So this is the spreadsheet. It is combinations of rows and columns. You can see here it is combination of rows and columns. Below that you can see here spreadsheets, like how many sheets are there. You can see only one sheet is there. If you want to insert more sheet, you can just click in the plus and then you can insert more. So I have inserted 2, 3, like that. If you want to rename the sheet, just right click here and go to the rename, and you can write whatever name you want. Then if you want to delete it, just right click and delete, like that. It will delete. Below that there is a status bar. It will show you like there are 3 different types of view: normal view, page layout, that means the Excel window will display in the page layout way, and the last one is in the print way, page break way. That means what we didn't write anything till now, that's why there is nothing written. But suppose if I write something here and go to the break layout, you can see here whatever we have selected, only that much it will display, others it won't display. So these are 3 views, and there is a magnifier also there, like that. As I told you, wherever the cell pointer is there, that is known as the active cell. So this is active cell. Currently it is in the 8. So we are in the E8, that means it is an active cell. In the active cell, you can see in the lower right hand corner, you can see there is a square dot that is known as a cell handle. Cell handle is used to copy the content of the cell or to copy the formula of that particular cell. Let's say if I write here Kohima, and if I click and drag it, automatically it will display Kohima, Kohima, Kohima like that. Formula I will show you later on how to copy the formula, how it will display all those things later on. I will talk to you. Uh, Suppose if I write here 1, 2, if I want to make it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will be difficult if you want to write it up to 100. So you have to just select 1 and 2 and click and drag the cell handle. Automatically it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 like that. It will work in the universal truth. Like suppose if I write here January and click and drag the cell handle, automatically it will be February, March, April, May, June, July like that. It won't work in the ABC. If you write here A and you try to copy, it will be A only. If you write here AB, if you write here AB and try to do the same thing, it won't work. So in the ABC it won't work, whereas in numbers and all it will work. There is also a page layout just like Microsoft Word. You can see here the page layout. If you can notice, I don't know whether you can notice it or not, but there is a line dot 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 dot. You can see this is called the page margin. When you go to the page layout view, then only it will come, otherwise it won't show you this margin. So this is the page margin options. So now if you see it, it will be in this portrait view. Portrait, as I told you, portrait, the length will be bigger than the width, but in the portrait it will length will be smaller. So if you want to do that, you can just go to the page layout and you can set the landscape like that. Now automatically the page will be in the landscape mode. See, now it is different. So we'll discuss all those things later on, don't worry. We will discuss all those things after a while. So let's start typing something here. So I will just make an annual report for the ABC school. So I'll just write here name of the student, then I will write here roll number. Don't worry, now see here, if I have written here name of the student, in the formula bar it is written name of the student. That means we have written in that particular cell in the A11. But if you go to the B11, this is empty, that means nothing is there. Or whatever you write here, suppose if I write here roll number, still name of the student is here, you can see here. So we'll just work on this later on. Just we'll write here subject. So let's say these are the student marks and these are roll numbers. Now let's find the total. Let's find the total. We can search the total by opening the calculator. We'll just open run and write here CALC, and it will open the calculator. We can just calculate here. Let's say 86 plus 95 plus 65 plus 67 plus 62 equals to, it's a 375. So we can write here 375, sorry, 375. Now we'll just calculate in the same way this one also. If there is 1000 students and if we are doing some correction in particular subjects or maybe in some particular topics or whatever it is, we are doing any changes, then it will be difficult. Suppose if I make here 60, I have to calculate, we have to minus 5, then it will be 370. We have to do in this way, but we are using a computer, so we should use the advantage of the computer. So computer should be able to calculate everything in the proper way. So this is not the correct way. We can do use the formula. So there is a rules to write a formula. Whenever you are writing any formula, the formula should start with equals to, and we cannot give any space before equals to also. So we'll see it. Equals to, we can just write here 86 plus 95 plus 60 plus 67 and press enter. Yeah, it is calculating, but this is not the proper way of calculating again. Okay, sorry, I have not mentioned one subject. So 86, 95, 60, 67 plus 62, 62, yeah, 370. Yeah, it's showing the correct. But if I click and drag the formula, 370, 370, it is showing. And suppose if I do any changes here, let's say I make here 60, it is not changing again. So instead of writing the actual value, we have to give the cell address. So what is the cell address here? C12. So C12 plus D12 plus E12 plus F12 plus G12. See, 270. Now if I do any changes here, like say, let's say 53, automatically it is changing. If I make here 66, automatically changing. So this is how it should work. Now if I click and drag the formula from here, automatically it will work. See, here is C13. So we are in the 13th row, so that's why it is changing C13 D13 like that. If I go here, it is C14 D14. It will work according to the row. So this is how it will work. We can write in another way. Suppose you don't want to write C7 plus D7 like that, so just reuse equals to, click this one plus this one plus this one plus this one plus this one, enter. See, simple. We can use another formula, another function. We can use one function already I have mentioned here. If we want to make it sum, okay, then we have to set the areas wherever it is, and we'll press enter. See, simple. Sum, okay, we have to select the range. Okay, that's it. Or simply you can write equals to sum, open the bracket, select the range, close the bracket, enter. That's it. This is the best way to find the formula. Again, there is another way. There are lots of ways in Excel. Select it, and you have to go to the home, and you'll find here auto sum. Just click in the auto sum, automatically it will be calculated. But the formula what we are using is same, sum, C12 to G12, same thing we are using. Now let's try to calculate the percentage. So percentage formula is total divided by grand total into 100. So total divided by grand total into 100. So this is the percentage formula. So if we want to do here, we will apply the same thing. Oh sorry, here I'm not writing any formulas, so just total divided by grand total into 100. So let's write here total. What is the total here? The total is 369, and where it is in H12. So we'll write here H12 divided by grand total. What is the grand total here? Grand total, the total marks of all the subjects, like here SC science is 100, social science is 100, LT is 100, English is 100, and maths is 100. So there is 5 subjects, so we'll make it 500 because all the subjects is 100 marks into 100. So this is the percentage formula. If you press enter, it will display the percentage like this, 73%. Now just let's click it and drag it down. It will display like this, 73%, 47%, 29%, and 25%. Let's do some changes here. If I increase it like 46 and press enter, it is 34. So automatically it is changing. So it should be like that. Now we'll calculate the result. That means if the total mark is greater than if it is greater than 260, it should be pass. Let me just greater than 165, it should be pass. So greater than equals to 165 total marks, it will be pass, else it will be failed. So if your total marks is greater than 165, result should be pass. But if it is less than 165, it should be failed. So if your total is greater than 165, it is pass, else it will be failed. So your result, it depends on your total. The result is depend on your total. So now there is two option. If it is greater than, then it should be pass. So 369, it's greater, so we'll just make it pass, and it's here pass. Third one also pass, and here is fail. Now let's say there is some changes. 155, still it is pass. As I told you, in the Excel there should be formula. Without that it will be difficult. So how we should write the formula in this case? When there is multiple options, now there is two options, pass and fail. When there is more than one option, we have to use the formula called if. Now if what? It depends on the total. If your total is greater than 165, it is pass. So if it, you can see here, as soon as write if and open bracket, it will display. Let me just make it, zoom it so that you can see it properly. Equals to if I write here if and open bracket, you can see here logical test. In the logical test we have to use our total because it depends on your total. So if total, that means if age 12, if age 12 if logical test, if age 12 greater than equals to 165 comma, as soon as I write comma again, it goes to the value if true. So if this condition is true, what is the result? If this condition is true, the result is pass. If this condition is true, the result is pass. Just let me make it capital letter, pass, comma, value if false. That means if this equation is not true, if it is less than 165, then it is what? Failed. So fail. Since after the first option, second there is no more option, so that's why it will be failed. Close bracket and passed. Now let's click it and drag it down. Yes, pass, failed. Let's say I'll make it, suppose 22, failed automatically. Let's say 45, okay. So this is how it should work. Now let's make a little bit complicated. Grade. Let's say I want to use grades in this way. If it is great, if your percentage is greater than 60, it's first. If your percentage is greater than equals to 45, it's second. If your percentage is greater than 33, it's third. Else it is failed. If it is less than 33, it is failed. Now there's more option. There is four option, I think. Yeah, there is four option. As I told you, if there is more than one option, we have to use if. So if, now logical test, the logic will depend on the percentage. Since we are talking about the percentage, if percentage is greater than 60 first, so we'll use this I12. So if I12 it's greater than equals to 60 comma, what is the grade? Grade is first. It is gone. Value is false. That means if this condition is not true, if it is less than 60, less than 60, that means it may be 45, 33, or for greater than 45, greater than 33, or less than 33. So there is three options. So still three option is there, so we will be using if again this percentage, if percentage is greater than equals to 45 comma, it should be second. Again, if there is two more option, if percentage is greater than equals to 33, value if true, third, plus value if false. What will happen if this 3 is not correct? That means if it is not greater than 60, if it is not greater than 40, or if it is not greater than 33, automatically it will be less than 33, so it will be false value. So what is the false value? It's failed. We have opened the brackets 3 times, so we'll close the bracket 3 times. 1 2 3. So 1 2 3, enter. First, it's greater than 65. Second is greater than 45 but less than 60. Here fail, it is less than 33. Third, because it is greater than 33. So this is how the grade will works. I'll keep the remarks for you. You have to calculate and send me in my WhatsApp number. Now let's say we have written here name of the student, but we cannot see all those things. But here we can see the name of the student. You can increase the size like this. You can see name of the student. But if you don't want to do that, what you can do is you can just go to the merge and center. You can use wrap text. Wrapping all the text in one particular cell is known as wrap text. If you do that, see, name of the student is there. So this is how it will work, wrap text. Here in Excel, there are two types of alignment. One is vertical alignment and one is horizontal alignment. Vertical alignments and horizontal alignment. So we have seen horizontal alignment in Microsoft Word, left, center, right, and justify. But here there is no justify, only the left, center, and right, as well as there is a vertical align, top, center, and bottom. So we'll try to do that center. Yeah, you can see here roll number, science, SSC, all these things are center. It was at bottom before like this. We now make it center. So this is a vertical alignment. This is top, center, bottom, like that. So here we'll just make this as a horizontal as alignment also, like this. Suppose if you want to move all those things a little bit up, you can just select all, go to the edge. When you go to the edge, you'll find here 4 headed arrows. Just click it and drag it up wherever you want to move. Let's say I want to move it here a little bit. Yeah, like that you can move. Now let's say I want to give the heading here, annual annual report of ABC ABC school, and here I will written here right here class 5. Here I will write Kohima Nagaland. So if you want to keep all those things in the center of this table, so this is a table. If you want to keep it, just select up to this and go to the merge and center. Just click in the merge and center. If you do that, it will be in the center like this. Select up to this and merge and center. Select up to this, merge and center. In this way you can do that. So after you have done all those things, you can print it out. If you want to do that, you can go to the file and print. So when you go to the print, it will display in this way. Since we have set our page in the landscape, it is showing in the landscape. But suppose if it is in the portrait, file, print, you can see here. Let me just zoom it. See, can you tell me what is missing here? Well, if you have not guessed it, the lines are missing. You can see here we have made a table, but there is no lines. If you want to give the lines, what you have to do is you have to select your table first. Then you can just right click here and go to the format cell. You can go to the format cell and you'll find here borders. Whatever borders you want, just select it. Top, center, like that, all those things. If you want all, outside, inside, okay. So now you can see the black box. Just go to the file, print option, and it will show you like this, borders. It's up to you how you want to set your borders. You can do all those things from here, home, from here directly. You can directly select all borders from here and it will be borders. If you want to give double line, you can just go to the borders, double lines, bottom. At the bottom you can see there's a double line. Now let's go to the file and go to the print. Yeah, it's like that, but some of the portion we cannot see, up to percentage only. But where is result and grade and remarks? So if you want to see that, you have to change your margins. Let's go to the print again and see the margins. Narrow margin. Yeah, up to grade we can see it. Now it's a narrow margin. If you got white, we cannot see. So if you want to see all those things, you can just change it into the landscape. You can go to the page, orientation, landscape. Now let's go to the file, print option. Now we can see everything. See, up to remarks you can see. If you want to make all those things in the center of your page, page setup, margins. You can see in the margins, whatever, if you want to set your margin, you can set it. See, if you don't want to set, but if you want to make it center of your page, you can use horizontal center, vertical center, horizontal center, vertical center. Okay, you can see horizontally it is center, vertically also it is in the center of your page. So this is how you can set the margins. After that you can print it out. If you want to rotate your text, just select it. You can see here rotation option is there, vertical text, it will show you vertical text. If you want to rotate the text up and down like that, whatever you want to do, you can do it from here, clockwise, counterclockwise, all this option is there. Now let's go to the file, print. When you got it, see roll number, signs, all those things is in this way. You can set the margins like margin, I'll just 0.2, 0.2. Okay, see, so this is how it will work. So you can work in all like this. Colors and all, just like Microsoft Word, you can just give the fill color if you want. If you want to change the text color, you can just change the color from here. Let's say I will just make it red or green or blue, whatever you want to select, you can just do that. So this is about the Excel. That's it for this session. See you in the next session.